former CBO Director Douglas Holtz-Eakin, former economic advisor to Senators John McCain and President Bush 41. He is president of the American Action Forum. So how troubling is the 20% drop in home sales over the past year, Doug?
Well, it shouldn't be terribly surprising. When the Fed tightens, a lot of the impact on the economy works through the housing market. Mortgages get more expensive. People don't buy as many houses. We don't build as many houses. And so we don't put furnaces in them. We don't put ovens in them. And it feeds through the economy. And it's how the Fed cools the economy and fights inflation. So it's not terribly surprising that we're seeing it hit housing first. That's usually what happens. In these circumstances, housing's coming down from a very high level. So we saw a red-hot housing market in 2021. And so to come down from that, again, I think is not a big surprise, and we're going to see that. The real question is, will it spread quickly into the broader economy and actually take on an inflation problem that remains really troubling? Even though we got some good news on gas prices last month, everything else was more of the same. Food prices up, shelter inflation up 5.7%. It has yet to show signs of slowing down. And just for perspective, if shelter's at 6%, everything else has to be zero for the Fed to hit its target, and that's not realistic. So the Fed's going to have to stay the course, and we're going to see more slowing in this housing market. I don't see any way around that.
And on another front, I want to get your reaction to what some leading Republicans, including Senator Grassley, are doing, attacking the IRS, pushing lies that armed IRS agents are going to come every day for average Americans. And the reality is that Democrats just approved additional IRS funding to go after very wealthy tax cheats. So aren't they creating a very dangerous climate in the midst of all of this anti-government, anti-law enforcement rhetoric?
I certainly don't think it's wise to demagogue the FBI, the IRS, or any of our other federal agencies at this point in time. That seems unwise. I also think that it's unrealistic to think that the IRS is simply going to go after wealthy tax cheats. The IRS is going to staff up and it's going to try to collect taxes that are owed, and it'll go to the place where it can get it most easily. And it's often pretty hard to get money from a well-heeled individual who's got a tax preparer and some tax lawyers. And small businesses, I think, should expect it. Their audit rates will go up, and we'll even see some people who really have the earned income tax credit get their returns checked. So this isn't going to be focused on a particular set of individuals. This is about collecting more of the legally owed taxes.
And what do you think about the messaging that's coming out of the White House on the inflation, the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, which doesn't have much to do with reducing inflation in the short term, but does, it does bring down some costs, create incentives to buy more fuel-efficient cars, and for businesses and others to go into a better climate-conscious mode?
Well, honestly, I mean, the titling seems desperate to me. I mean, there's very little that this administration can do now that inflation is entrenched in the U.S. economy. It's going to be up to the Fed to take the steps necessary to get back toward price stability, which is the best thing for continued employment and growth. This bill is not about inflation. It's not going to have any impact on inflation, in my view. It's about the health provisions. It's about the climate provisions, and probably should have been titled more in line with those objectives to begin with.
And some legitimate deficit reduction, at least.
The deficit reduction is really quite minimal. It's $300 billion over 10 years, most of it backloaded in the final 5 years. So that's not a lot of deficit reduction. And while they were passing the IRA, they also passed the CHIPS and Science Act. That's $300 billion of deficit finance spending. The PACT Act, $600 billion of deficit finance spending. What matters for the deficit in the end is everything that Congress does, no single bill. And they continue to do what they've been doing for years. Spend now, promise to pay for it later.
Doug Holtz-Eakin, thanks very much. Have a great week.